Next to here.
Okay, so welcome everybody to the Vision Board virtual workshop. This is a little bit of an experiment, to be honest. I just thought it'd be fun for us to all get together from wherever we are to create our very powerful vision boards. So what we're going to do today is we'll start with a little bit of an intention. So we'll set an intention and then we'll just get stuck in. I'll throw some music on in the background and we'll get stuck into creating our vision boards. So I'm just going to while we do the intention, I'm just going to mute everybody. Actually, I'll just, before I mute everybody say hi. Hi. And now I'll mute you all.
We can't hear you, Margarita. There's no sound. Have you unmuted yourself?
There you go. You know when I muted everybody? I muted me too.
Okay, I'm unmuting myself now. Bye.
Thanks, Arlene. Right. Geez, good start to the morning. Okay. All right, let's start the intention process again. Okay, close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Take in a couple of really deep breaths. That's right. Now, tuning in to the present moment, being really present, bringing all of yourself into this present moment. So forgetting and letting go of anything that's gone in the past, any stresses that you've had during the week, and tuning in and letting go of any future worries that you might have, anything that you're projecting into the future that you're worried about. That's right, and letting go. And now calling on Spirit to join us today, to help us to create powerful vision boards that will fuel our journey forward and inspire us and excite us. And letting go and suspending all disbelief. Suspending all disbelief and knowing that anything is possible. Anything is possible. Particularly when you partner with Spirit and partner with the universe, all things are possible. So bringing that energy in, all the possibilities, the inspiration, bringing all of that into our time together. And asking Spirit to infuse our vision boards with a vibrant energy that helps to carry us forward into that vision for ourselves that we want for our future. And as we put our vision boards together, we're going to focus on allowing. So letting go of any fears or doubts, beliefs that we're not good enough or that it's not safe or that we don't deserve it, letting go of all of that and just being in the joy of the moment of creating our vision right in front of our eyes. And that as we let go and allow Spirit to guide us and give us inspiration, that we will move forward into this bright new future with ease and grace and joy and excitement and wonder and awe. And we'll look back and go, look at what just happened. We don't know how it's going to unfold. We have no idea. But we let go of that. And just allow Spirit and the universe to step in and do a lot of the hard lifting for us as we take the inspiration and the guidance that we are given. And know that it is done. And that what we want wants us. And taking a couple of deep breaths. And I'd also like to invite all the angels or the archangels, our guides, our spirit mentors, and any in the other realms that would like to join in the fun today, to be with us as we spend the next couple of hours putting our future together on our vision boards. Okay, taking a deep breath. And release it and coming back into this moment, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, cool. Now, what I will do is I will unmute you, everybody. Now, if you want to be muted, you can mute yourself. And if it gets too noisy, then I'll mute you again, or you can mute yourselves. But at the moment, there you go. At the moment, you're all unmuted. So, yeah, if you want to have a chat or whatever, and let's get started. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I've got this super, super long lead on my headset.
I got it. I hit the speaker again.
Oh, hello. Who's that? No idea. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
It's just me. I was having trouble getting the speaker. Now I got it on.
You got it on. Okay, cool. Now I have this super long lead on my headset, so I'm not sure if that's going to work or how it's going to work. But let's just see what happens. So, and as you go, if you want to share stuff that you're putting on your vision boards, then please do. I'll put a little bit of music on in the background. And just don't hesitate. If somebody says that something's too loud or something's not working, tell me, because I've never done this before. This is the first time I've ever done this kind of thing online. So you're all guinea pigs. Okay, good. But yeah, just tell me if something's not working. Okay. Pardon me. I had a little bit of a lurgy this week, which is very unusual for me, but apparently there's reports that with all the cosmic energy flowing around, there's been a lunar eclipse, I think, and there's a full moon, and we're moving into Mercury retrograde, so apparently it's all quite normal.
Is there a possibility that could mute all the participants? There's a lot of racket from all the participants.
So I knew I couldn't
Can we
find
mute them?
everything that I wanted to put on my vision board. I wonder if I can bring this close.
Could everyone mute themselves?
Oops.
Ow.
There's some stuff coming up in the feed. Oh, I wonder what happened to that. Oh, you can't hear me. Wait a minute. Oh, things went a bit quiet. I'm not hearing anybody else.
Could someone mute everyone so we could actually hear you? There's a lot of other traffic or a lot of other noise from other people.
Oh, it's too noisy, is it? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. We can hear you, but then we can hear a lot of other stuff.
All right. I thought it might be nice to be able to have everybody interact, but maybe that's not going to work. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, it's a bit weird that you... Okay, no, all right, that's okay. All right, cool. Is that better? Yes? Okay, awesome. I'm going to drag this a bit closer so I can see you and see the news feed and all that stuff. Now I can't get behind the desk. Okay, like I said, it's all an experiment. All right, now, okay, so let's get started. So I have two vision boards today. I have my personal vision board and my working vision board because I have had, I'm going to natter along to myself because otherwise I'm going to feel a bit weird. I'm going to natter along to myself and everybody else while I'm doing this. I've had the most amazing things happen this week, which is why I've got two vision boards, because I want one for the vision that I have for what I want to create in the world, and I have another one for my personal vision board, what I want for me. So, and what has unfolded in the last couple of weeks has been absolutely amazing. I tell you what, when you set intention and you stick to that intention, man, magic absolutely does come in and play a part. But you've got to stay really, really focused to your vision and to what you want. So I can't say that this has all come together instantaneously in, the last 5 seconds. It's but the last week with the cosmic shifts that are going on, I've had the most incredible things turn up that are going to help to fuel my my getting out there into the world and making a much bigger difference and having a much bigger impact. So it just blows my mind how this stuff just happens. Well, it seems like it just happens, and it seems almost random, but it's because I've been focusing on it. So, yeah. So I might put that music back on, actually. Where'd that go? There we go. How's that? Is that okay? Yes? No? Bit too loud? It's okay. All right, good. Okay.
They're like a mime.
So is everybody actually doing their vision board, or are you just going to sit there and watch me do mine? I feel a
Bit of both.
Bit of both? I feel a bit self-conscious now. It's going to be a long 2 hours, guys, if you're just going to sit and watch me do my vision board.
I'm still cutting up pictures.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing now. I'm having a look through some magazines and cutting out pictures and stuff. What I suggest is if you haven't got a vision board, or if you haven't got the materials to create a vision board, how about spending the next couple of hours, if you can, looking through the internet, finding pictures that really represent the future that you want for yourself and the contribution that you want to make. And, make the intention, set the intention to do your vision board at a later date, because this really is super, super powerful at helping you to create the future that you want for yourself, and the impact that you can make in the world. It's incredible. Who's heard that story by John Assaraf? Anybody heard that story by John Assaraf? The one
Which story?
The story about his vision board?
Yes. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
You should tell it.
All right. Well, John Assaraf tells a story about how many years ago. I'm cutting my head off in that video. Wait a minute. Just check that up. Here we go. That'll be better. So John Assaraf tells the story about many years ago when he was, doing his own vision boards and his own processes, and he moved into a brand new house. And as he was shifting all the stuff into the brand new house, his young son was nattering away to him, and he was sitting on a box, and he kicked this box with his foot, and he said, "Daddy, what's in this box?" And his father, John, looked at the box and said, "That's actually my vision boards." And his son said, "Well, Daddy, what's a vision board?" And John tried to explain it to him, but I think his son was like 5 or something, and he was finding it really hard to explain the concept of a vision board to his son. So he said, "Okay, wait a minute, and I'll pull the vision board out for you so I can explain it to you." So he did that. He pulled this vision board out, and his son's having a look at this vision board, and John wasn't taking that much notice. And all of a sudden, son said, "Daddy, what's our new house doing on this vision board?" And John Assaraf looked at it, and he burst into tears. Burst into tears, that's a very female saying. He started to cry, and just said it was at that moment that he really understood that everything he taught, that all the work that he had been doing, he suddenly realised not just how powerful it is, but how everything comes together. Because without even realising it, he had bought the exact house that was on his vision board. Now, this house he had actually cut out of like a lifestyle magazine or a home magazine or, something like that. It wasn't a house that he had gone, "Oh, I've got to have that house." It was kind of in the style that he liked. So it was the kind of house that he liked. He didn't know where that house was. He just cut it out of the magazine, put it on his vision board, and he ended up buying that exact same house. Now, gosh, that brings me out in goosebumps, that story. That's just absolutely amazing. So that's how powerful vision boards are. So if you're not going to do your vision board today, I highly recommend that you put some time aside to do your vision board at a later date. And as I said, get really specific about what it is that you want, what you want to create. Unfortunately, a lot of my magazines are a bit boring. A lot of my magazines are very much business magazines and stuff like that. So there's not a lot of photos in there that I can use. Oh, I'll use that one. Picture a helicopter. Wouldn't mind one of those.
I'd like to share what I'm going to do with on my vision board. I've done that before.
Yes,
I have essential oils by Young Living, and
nice.
one of them is called Abundance. So I like to put 3, 4, or 5 drops in my hands and just rub it all over my paper, because the smell stays there. And it does remind me of abundance that's flowing, whether it's money, health, anything else.
Oh, what a fabulous idea.
That's awesome. my little thing for today.
Oh, that's awesome. What a great idea. I never thought about that. I have some essential oils here, but I don't have one called Abundance. So maybe I need to do that. Because I guess even after you've created your vision board, you could still turn it over and still rub it into the back of it, couldn't you? Wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
whatever, it doesn't have to be called abundance, but whatever reminds you, of money or of abundance. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
cool.
terrific idea. Thanks for sharing. Does anybody else have anything they want to share? No. I'm just going to talk to myself most of the morning. Anybody else wants to interact? Feel free if you've got any questions. That's all right. I'm going to just have fun doing mine anyway.
I do have a question.
Go for
On
it.
a vision board, I'm just curious whether I've got this little thing here that says debt free. So, that's not positive. That's what I figured. All right.
Absolutely. So very important
Got
question,
you.
very important point for everybody else. The reason you don't put stuff like debt-free in your affirmations or on a vision board is because the focus word is the word debt. And the mind doesn't necessarily recognize the debt and the free together. It just recognizes the word debt. So financially free, financially liberated.
Or my dollars.
Yeah, fabulous. Fabulous,
Yeah.
fabulous. So some people can't hear. Marvel?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Shamim, I'm designing my own house by the beach right now. You have inspired me. Awesome! That's what today is about. Helping to inspire everybody to create their future for themselves. And I got these cool little stickers. I don't know, you probably won't be able to see them from there, but they've got lots of unicorns on them, and I'm into unicorns. I love unicorns. They're a magical, beautiful, magical creature. So I'm going to stick lots of those on my vision board.
I like unicorns and dragons.
Oh, I love dragons too. They're awesome. So yes, a vision board can be quite easy. Doesn't have to be hard, and it's super, super fun. Super fun. I'm just cutting out some lovely destinations right now. Places that look nice to visit. So who would like to hear what happened for me this week as far as going a lot more global?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. So my intention for the last couple of years has been to reach a much larger audience. And I don't know how that's going to unfold. I'm kind of obviously doing a lot of stuff on the internet all the time. I've engaged some social media people to do my social media advertising for me and get me a wider reach. So kind of doing what I know to do. And, sometimes it's a slow burn. Can I just say that? Not everything happens really, really fast and exactly when you want it to. Sometimes it's a slow burn, and this has been a bit of a slow burn, I've got to be honest. But I've stayed focused. I've stayed true to my vision. And just in the last couple of weeks, so one thing that happened was when I was in Brazil, I went to Brazil this time last year. So February last year, I went to Brazil with some entrepreneurs, and it was incredible. It was the most unbelievable trip. We had 10 days together. It was a big think tank. It was a big entrepreneurs think tank that was all about disruption and how we could change things, how we could make a difference in the world, and what we could do to solve a lot of the problems that are in the world, as well as collaborating together and fueling our own businesses. So there were plenty of different people there from all different walks of life. There were multimillionaires there, billionaires there. There were some people who were in startups. It was an incredible range of people. And one of the ladies who was there was from Tourism Australia. And she was there to see how she could collaborate with some of the other people there in relation to Tourism Australia, which is pretty awesome. And we just hit it off. She is the loveliest lady. one of the loveliest people I've ever met. She really is such a sweetie. And we've sort of kept in touch. And she has this idea to start some sort of travel, something to do with travel. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because she hasn't started it yet. But so that's one piece of the puzzle. So we've stayed in touch. And then last week, it's a bit of a long story, but last week I posted a picture of, it was actually of a women's AFL match, believe it or not. And it was being televised, which is a big thing in our country. We've never had women's sport televised on mainstream commercial media before, particularly not something like the Australian Football League. So this was football, women's football. So I don't get into football much, but I posted a picture on Facebook of the televised football league. This guy who's obviously a contact of mine, I don't know a lot of the contacts that I have on Facebook. One of my contacts came on and started commenting, and we had a bit of a Facebook chat. And then I had a look at his profile, and I realised that he does live streaming of live events. So he goes to live events, sets up cameras, and actually live streams the event to the rest of the world. And I looked at that and I went, that's really interesting. I'd like to talk to you about what you do. So I had a chat with him this week about what he does. And I'm going to be doing a live event here in Australia later this year. I haven't set a date for it yet, but it'll be a one-day event. It'll be a transformational event. And I spoke to him about coming along and filming the whole thing and televising it to and actually streaming it out to the rest of the world. So it'll be a paid event, and it'll be paid online as well as in the room. So, and we spoke all about the logistics of that and blah, blah, blah. And it's actually a lot less expensive than I thought it was going to be. And it's not that hard. And then I can interact with a global audience. So if the audience wants to participate, he can put them up on a screen in the room, and I can work with them live. So I got so excited about that. And then the upshot of that is I'm going to actually have retreats all around the world, and my friend Catherine from Tourism Australia is going to help me find sacred places and destinations all around the world where I can run retreats, and off the back of that televised live event, I will get people to join me on 3-day, 5-day retreats in sacred places. So that just opens up so many possibilities that I had never even considered, and that really, really excites me. So that's what's possible when you hold to a vision and you just keep on coming back to spirit and going, okay, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm just going to allow you to take care of the details. You've got to sort of surrender and allow the universe or spirit to just take care of the details, because you cannot have a clue about what's truly possible and how it's all going to happen. But the universe has the big picture. The universe can see everything. So, once you let go of control, believe me, that's not easy for me. Once you let go of control and say, okay, this is what I want, spirit guide me, universe guide me, give me the inspiration that I need, show me where I need to be, bring the people to me that are going to help to facilitate this. Who do I need to collaborate with? What information do I need that I don't have right now? And when you ask questions like that and you keep conferring and collaborating with the universe and you stay open to the possibilities, anything, literally, as I said right in the beginning, literally anything is possible. When you get into, oh my God, it's too big, I don't know how this is going to work, It just seems impossible, and I don't know enough, and this is just, I've never done anything like this before. When you get into that kind of mindset, then you just bring up resistance and blocks, and you don't allow the magic to unfold. You're still going to have to put some effort in, but it won't be like, you don't have to do the whole thing. You can allow the universe to do the heavy lifting for you. So I'm just cutting up a few of my mentors here. You're probably not, they're only very little, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see a lot of them, but I've got Steve Jobs, Arianna Huffington, Wayne Dyer, of course, he's one of my absolute favourites. Oprah, who doesn't have Oprah on their vision board? Well, not everybody loves Oprah. Richard Branson, and a couple here that I will explain. This is, you won't be able to see that because that's a really bad photo of him, but that's Kerwin Rae. Now, Kerwin Rae, for anybody who doesn't know Kerwin Rae, he's an Australian guy who's kind of leapt onto the internet scene over the last couple of years. And not so much that I want to be like Kerwin Rae. He's achieving great, great things, but he's actually doing something called the social experiment. Now, if you follow Kerwin Rae online, I'm observing what he's doing and then looking at how I can model that. So whatever you want to do in the world, somebody's already done it. Somebody's already doing it. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So you don't have to be exactly like that person or do it exactly the way they do it. But Kerwin Rae is actually doing this social thing online whereby his name is spelled Kerwinrae, I think. And he basically he's got, like, he's thrown big six figures at this project that he's doing. So I'm not going to do it on that scale, but he has basically a crew follow him around and just take videos of him with his team at work, in meetings, and they take snippets from those videos and he uses those as teachings. And he also takes, they take videos of his workshops and any teachings that he's doing, and they put it all together, and then they upload these short videos online, and he is absolutely crushing it online with social media. So that's why I've got Kerwin Rae in the mix, because I kind of want to try and find a way to model what he's doing, but in a much more cost-effective way. So that's him. And who else did I want to share with you? Where did I've got T. Harbecker there as well. Love T. Harbecker. Who knows what the T stands for in Harbecker? Anybody?
Nope, not me.
Not you? Okay. Who knows who T. Harbecker is? Does everybody know who T. Harbecker is? Okay. Okay. All right. So for anybody who doesn't know who's listening, T. Harbecker is one of the biggest personal development gurus in the world. He wrote a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He runs lots of millionaire programs. He's created many, many millionaires. He combines spirituality and teaching about money and business very, very well. Probably one of the few in the world. I'm actually doing one of his courses at the moment, but all about the 8 spiritual laws of money, which is pretty cool. But the T in T. Harbecker, that's actually not part of his name. When he was overcoming all his BS, because he spent, I can talk underwater. God, I can talk. No wonder my husband loves it. Loves going out on his motorbike.
It would be really boring watching this if you weren't talking.
Okay, good. I didn't expect everybody to be watching it. I expected them to be doing their own vision board. So I'll just natter away. So T. Harbecker has the story that when he was a youngster, so early 20s, he had his, sights set on big dreams, massive vision, and just thought if he put the effort in and worked hard, then it would all fall into place. Well, 10 years later and 12 failed businesses, 12, he was in a state of despair. and really didn't understand what was going on. So he started asking loads and loads of questions. And then he went into the spiritual side of things. So he hadn't actually delved into spirituality so much, but he went into the spiritual side of things and spent sort of 3 years immersed in spirituality and doing retreats and and thought, this is it, I'm going to forget about business. And then found that he wasn't really satisfied with that. So then, okay, because I'm going to combine the two. And that's when magic started to happen for him. But in doing a lot of the spiritual work and all of that kind of thing, he recognized that we are all incredibly unique and brilliant and amazing and just so special. Every single one of us is so incredibly special. We not only chose to be here on the planet, we were chosen to be here on the planet at this time. So, there's no mistakes. We all wanted to be here, and we were chosen to be here at this time, which is incredibly special. This is an incredibly special time to be on the planet. But in recognizing all of that and in recognizing just how special he is, he put a T in front of his name to remind himself that he is the Harv Eker. It stands for the. So he is the one and only Harv Eker, that nobody else is exactly like him, nobody else thinks like him, nobody else does things the way he does them, nobody else has had his experiences, and the same goes for every single person on the planet, including you. You are so incredibly special. There is nobody like you. Nobody walks like you, nobody talks like you, nobody expresses things the way you do, nobody has the knowledge the way that you have, and the experiences that you have. Nobody can bring it out the way you can. Nobody has the same gifts and talents that you do. So I just think I like that, the way he's put the T to represent thee, and that just was to remind him how incredibly special he is and how everybody is. Treat yourself that way. Remind yourself every day that nobody else is like you. Nobody else has your gifts, your talents, and that you have something special to do in the world, and the world needs deserves to experience your gifts and your talents in a big way. So I like that. Now, where was the other guy that I did that fall off the table? I cut him up before. There's a guy called
Wayne Dyer?
No, there's a guy called Manoj Bhagavat. He's an Indian American. I have spoken about him in my previous live streams before, but I've only just discovered him in the last few weeks. So he's Indian, living in America. He created something in the United States called, what was it, the 5 hour something or other, which is a drink. It's like an energy drink, and it gives you super amounts of energy for 5 or more hours. So you can buy it in all the supermarkets and lots of convenience stores, and pretty much everywhere. This thing went absolutely berserk when they created it. He's such a humble man. And he very quickly became a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. And he sort of looked at all this money that he had and went, gosh, well, I've got all these billions of dollars. What am I going to do with billions of dollars? Like I said, he's an incredibly humble man. So he has created an engineer's playground. So he has multiple companies, of course, as they do. He's created an engineer's playground, and anybody who has a very cool idea that will make a positive impact in the world, solve a very specific problem, and is simple to implement, they come to his engineer's playground and he funds everything. So anything that they need, they get, and they get a team of people as well to be able to develop this project. So he's got a website called Billions in Change, and he's done a documentary called Billions in Change. It's awesome. It's about 50 minutes. You should all watch it. And there's some very cool things that he has developed, including a push bike that is this very, very simple little setup that you can plug in to the household electricals, and you can run the whole house by simply pedaling on this stationary bicycle for an hour a day. So obviously, if you want to run a heated pool, you're going to have to pedal a little bit more than that. But basic household devices and needs can be all met by this simple little bike that fits in your home and simply connects to your household power, your electrical system. There's that. There's a very small unit that he's developed to be able to turn seawater into clean drinking water, and like pristine clean drinking water. And there are units out there that already do that. They're massive, absolutely ginormous. This thing could fit, well, you could easily fit it in a small part of this room. So very portable, easy to make, quick to make. And one other really cool thing that he's doing lots of things, but one other really cool thing he's doing is there's a fairly new, what do you call it, metal, that is called graphene, developed from graphite. And graphene is highly, highly conductible, and they're developing, not him, but other people are developing batteries at the moment that put graphene into their batteries to store the generated battery power. So much more efficient than the lithium-ion batteries that we have at the moment. And he has taken this graphene and said to his engineers, I want you to make me a rope. He wants to make an impact on energy resources, so sustainable energy resources. So he said, I want you to make me a cable of this graphene. And the engineer's going, why do you want us to make you a cable from this graphene? And he said, well, graphene is highly conductible. If you make me a cable, what we can do is insert that cable into the earth, so it doesn't have to be very big, but insert the cable into the earth, down into the earth's core, where there's a massive amount of heat, like insane amount of heat being generated by the earth's core. And he said simply when you insert it into the earth's core, because obviously graphene's incredibly tough, its melting point is like, a lot higher than steel. And then the graphene will simply naturally conduct that heat up to the Earth's surface, and we use that as energy. Limitless supply of energy. How cool is that? See what you can do when you've got loads and loads of money. And this is a humble man who just created an energy drink and made billions of dollars. So, anything is possible. It's really important that you take that on board. Anything is possible. I'm cutting a huge mess on my table here. All the things that I'm cutting out. I've got Archangel Michael. I'm going to put on my board for protection and inspiration and all that kind of stuff. Anybody else who is actually doing their vision board, would you like to share what you're doing? Or maybe share, if you're not doing your vision board, share what your vision is for your future, for your life. I'd love to hear from you. Just unmute yourself. What do you want to create? Don't all speak at once now.
I'm looking at images online as we're talking.
Yep.
This morning we had a meeting at home. Our youngest has autism, our son, he's 27 almost, and trying to rely on the government to help for his future, for him to have a residential program where he's well supported. it's like almost next to impossible. He's been on an urgent list for almost 2 years. There's like, everything is like a waiting game. But I do have some sort of a vision for him, but I just wasn't sure if I could be doing that for him. I mean, he can't be doing it for himself. And I think just a little bit you've talked about so far, Margarita, you've inspired me to go looking for images and feelings that it provokes whenever I find certain images online, to see if I can somehow manifest the abundance, the money to come, so that I can bring that to fruition, not just for him, but for many other adults who have autism. So that's one part of my inspiration that I've gotten from the call so far today, and that's what I'm busy searching online for.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Glad my random ramblings are having a positive influence.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
No dramas. Awesome. But anybody else? Oh, here he is. There's, no, you can't see that double dot. Anybody else would like to share their vision for their future, what they want to create? No.
Yes.
Yes.
I was just going to, just a quick thing on finding more images. It's called Pixabay, Pixabay, B-A-Y, Pixabay, I think B-A-Y. And those are royalty free as well.
Oh,
so
cool.
You can use them in Facebook and a variety of other, places you don't have to worry about.
Well, that's awesome. That is awesome, because obviously you can use any images that you want for your vision board, because it's not, but if you put it out there online, then yes, you need to be very conscious of, he's going to blow away. You need to be very conscious that you're not.
Have like a tip or coffee tip or something you can always add, but it's not a requirement.
Yeah.
And you can search under, topics. They have hundreds and thousands.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. And are they kind of professional quality, or?
Some of them are. Yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah. I use it a lot for my Facebook pages.
Oh, very cool. That's very cool. Thanks for that.
Sure. There's another one that has even better quality that you pay, but you don't have to pay a monthly fee. It's nice, and it's like $1 per credit.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what that one was?
Yes, it's 123rf.com.
Oh, that's the one I use. It's good, isn't it?
Yes, their selection is really great. But you do have to pay, for the credits. But so for higher quality stuff, I usually use them. And then for, like Facebook stuff, I'll use the Pixabay.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
I do make once a day positive affirmations. They call them success affirmations. Once a day on my Facebook page.
Yep.
It's
nice.
Nancy Walsh Coaching. But
nice.
Yeah, WALSCH.
Oh, okay. So it's got the C in there, not just SH. Okay. And do you tend to get plenty of interaction with that?
Sometimes, yeah. I have about 2,000 likes on that page.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good. 2,000 likes. Cool. Awesome. So somebody said, what was the name again? Do you want to, Nancy, type in there what the Pixabay, the address for the Pixabay? It's pixabay.com.
I think so. I can take a look.
Pixabay.com.
Yeah, PIX, Pixabay. I think it's just pretty much how it sounds.
Okay. And would you like to share with us your vision for your future? come on, be brave. You know that
Brave.
putting it out there is the best possible way for you to stay accountable to achieve your vision. Because once you put it out there, it's out there. It's like my thing about, you know, achieving a much bigger impact in the world. It puts it out there.
Mhm.
So makes it real. So make it real, Nancy. Come
Make it
on.
real.
Make it real. Give us
Well,
something.
I would think for personal, my husband and I would love to do we have a small motorhome, but it's more of like a weekend motorhome, and we'd like to get a bigger one and travel around. We're in the United States on the West Coast,
Yep.
and I'd also like to, a farther out one would be to spend like 2 or 3 months in the tropics in our winter.
Oh, nice.
Instead of where we are, you know, we're in Ashland, Oregon, and it's nice, but the winter we'd love to be in someplace warmer. So those are two really vision for the personal. And business is, my husband has an invention for video, and we'd like to be able to get that out and start selling those like 10 or 20 a month. Like, you know, that. And, you know, just, we're just about to launch it. So.
Okay, so what will that do for you when you, not if, but when you get 20 out there a month, what will that do for you and your husband?
Well, we would then have the motorhome and the art, so be able to have the money for the winter tropics kind of thing.
So where will you go to get away from your winter?
Either that, or we may choose to just move down to San Diego area, you know, full time.
Wow. Okay.
I have a son and his family in San Diego, so it's.
Oh, that would be perfect then.
Yeah.
I've been to San Diego. Not much of a traveller. I haven't been to many places in the world, but I have been to San Diego.
I've been to Brisbane.
Have you?
Yes.
That's very close to me.
Katie.
Brisbane and Sydney and one other place in Australia.
Nice. And how long did you stay there?
You want to get on the bed with it?
It was, we were there twice for 2 different workshops. My ex-husband and I used to do a lot of traveling and did workshops. He was a author, Conversations with God author.
Oh, really? You used to be married to Neil Donald Walsh?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes,
wow.
That's why I've been to Brisbane and a variety of Asia and China and Russia and Europe.
Wow. Geez, that must have been a bit of a ride.
It was a big ride.
Wow. Fantastic. Geez, you just never know. You run some little virtual workshop online and you never know who you're going to meet. So you're harbouring that little secret away to yourself, Nancy.
Well, that was why I still have that strange spelling on my last name.
Yeah, I get it now. Look, love his books. I've read not all of them, but several of them. So, yeah. So, very interesting. Wow. Fascinating. So, what would you say you took away from that experience and his teachings, and that you've sort of carried forward into your life that has helped you to change your life? You share with us some of the stuff that because that's very special.
Well, there's probably quite a few, but one of the biggest things, when Neil and I first met in 1994, we had very different views in how things worked. I had the viewpoint that given enough time, everything would fall apart. That was my mental thought. And his was actually, given it enough time, everything would fall together. You know, it would all come and work out. And needless to say, I kind of liked his viewpoint better. And, you know, from reading the books and so forth, when I met him, actually, Conversation with God, book 1 was still in manuscript.
Yep.
And was just getting typed up. And I helped him get that process going, getting it typed up and getting it to the publishers. And we actually, you know, applied it to like 5 different publishers. And finally, there was one that took it, that was Hampton Road. So that was really exciting, and there was quite a process for that, how that took off. But I, you know, in 2000, that was pretty much 95, 94, 95, and
Gosh, wow, I didn't realize it was that long ago. Wow.
yeah, it was, the first book was published in May of 95.
Wow.
So it's been, you know, almost 22 years. So quite a few years ago. And we were together about 10.
Okay.
So,
So you were there while it was all unfolding.
yes. And the Hampton Roads didn't have any money for marketing it, you know, and he says there wasn't, you know, there wasn't really any money to get it out there in the world, you know, for us or them. It was kind of a small book publishing company. It was, at least he was willing to put it, you know, out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And Neil suggested to send a free copy to all the New Age ministers in the United States. And the publisher said, well, I'll send them a letter. If they want a free book, then I'll send them a free book. And I don't know, I think about 10% asked for the book, but they're the ones that actually started talking about it in their congregations. And then it just, you know, snowballs after that. So it was pretty cool.
Wow.
But going back to what I think, you know, a lot of what Conversations, it was one of the first things that I got that, you know, my own thought can create my reality. And I learned even more from Abraham Hicks on that. But I would say that, and I saw Robert, I saw Neil really manifest a lot of things, you know, from just his knowing, you know, say, you know, like sometimes, you know, tell his books, our bookkeeper along the way would say, well, you know, our cash flow is a little low. We should probably sell something or this and that. And he says, well, how much do we need? Oh, well, we need this amount by a certain amount. He goes, okay. And he just put it out into the ethers. And before you knew it, we get an offer for something that was just for that amount of money.
Holy moly.
And
Wow.
so, and he did that quite a few times. So, and he used to visualize. When we first put the book out, we didn't have the internet really. And so he put in the back of the book, you know, for a free news, or for a, you know, paid newsletter, I think it was a certain amount, just very minimal, but they would get a monthly newsletter mailed to him. And he used to visualize the post office box that they had to send it to, just crammed and full of checks. And at some point it became that way. So
Wow.
He's quite a manifester and visualizer. I really learned from him on being able to do that.
Wow, that is awesome. What a powerful story. Because, I mean, we all have the same ability and potential, don't we?
Right.
So it's just being able to harness that. Do you think that the difference is the trust and the belief side of it?
Yeah, the lack of doubt.
Yeah.
The lack of doubt kind of keeps things from clogging up and being able to, manifest. I'm pretty good at manifesting parking space. I'm working on some of the bigger things. I've manifested a lot of things,
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I love it. So I just have to kind of put it out there, and it usually happens.
Okay, so I'm going to challenge you. What? You're not stretching yourself, are you? Like, you're not really stretching yourself.
I definitely could stretch myself a bit more. I agree.
Okay. So, if you don't want to tell us, that's okay. But I want you to think about dreaming bigger. Because you have this background and the exposure to all these principles, and you've seen them demonstrated right in front of your eyes firsthand. You know how it works. So I want you to start. I'm going to challenge you to start dreaming a lot bigger about what you can create, because you also have this incredible wealth of knowledge that so many people could benefit from. I mean, have you ever used the fact that you were married to Neil Donald Walsh to help to fuel something that you wanted to create, as in, maybe teaching or educate? Do you even want to do that? Does that kind of inspire you?
Well, I mean, he's still fairly well known. Those books are, I think that definitely sharing about all the life that I experienced with him, because that was really I got to meet Oprah, and I got to meet, Larry King, and, a variety of Roseanne Barr.
Wow.
And I spent a weekend with Ellen DeGeneres,
oh my God, why was I even talking this the whole time? Like, we should just let you take the whole thing.
Well, what I feel like it would be really good is to write a book about some of those experiences, but include especially, what I learned and use, using those principles and so forth, and then create more things from that.
Okay, so
I'm used to doing workshops. We used to do 3 or 4 a year. I'm excited for you to do your workshop.
Yeah, me too. Me too, absolutely. All right, so time to stop playing small. What do you think?
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking to Nancy. I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. For me, it was a bit. I went through quite a painful divorce with that, and it's taken me a while and now I'm remarried and happily remarried. It's taken me a while to be willing to be out in the public again. So
yeah,
I'm ready.
That's understandable. Divorces are generally painful things. You don't meet many people who do the whole conscious uncoupling thing very well.
Right.
No matter who you are. So, yes, but how do you feel about stepping into a much bigger space?
Other than not wanting to mess up this relationship if things got really big. Like, there's a part of me that wonders if, because of all the fame and the money and everything, it had some effect on our relationship. There's part of me that does not want to risk that again.
Have you tapped on that?
How'd you know I tap?
You're part of my tribe.
Pardon?
I said you're part of my tribe. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because obviously that's going to have an impact. But if there are things that you know now that you didn't know before. There are things that Neil knows now that he didn't know before. So how would you map that differently? How would you manage that differently? How would you continue the conversation throughout the relationship so you don't go make the same mistakes that you did previously? You have a whole background and knowledge there that you can draw from.
Part of it, yes. Part of it has to do with knowing that I would do some things differently. But also part of it is my husband now is not anything like Neil.
Yeah.
in the ways that caused the problem.
Yeah.
So I won't go into a lot of detail, but that.
No. It's your stuff. So, yeah.
But yes, I learned what was important to me in a relationship, and so.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Nancy. I had no idea that I was going to draw that out of you, but it's very, very interesting to talk to you about that. And I'm challenging you, and I'm challenging everybody, whether you're listening to
everyone
or you're listening live, that it's time to stop playing small and it's time to step up and play a much bigger game, because we are all capable of so much more than we're currently giving ourselves credit for or allowing ourselves to create in our lives. So what does that look like for you, everybody? If you stop playing small, what does that look like? And, it doesn't mean that you have to be the next Neil Donald Walsh or the next Nancy Walsh. It just means that that your vision is in alignment with you and what you want, but it's bigger than where you are right now. Because you can be as big as you want to be. It just depends on what you want for yourself. So what have we got? Thanks, Nancy.
Thanks.
It's been so nice to have that discussion and not just natter away myself, particularly such a fascinating talk.
If you lowered your camera a little bit, we could see what you're working on the table.
Oh, that's a good point. All right. I'll hold it up.
If you wouldn't mind.
I'll hold this up to the camera, and this is, fortunately, my husband doesn't watch my stuff, but this is, see that little tiny motorbike? It's really tiny because I don't want my husband to see it, because I have a secret desire to get my motorcycle license. My husband's ridden motorcycles for, over, it would be about 40 years, I guess. And I've never really been interested in motorbike license. I go riding. Oh, wait a minute. My microphone's mucking around. Can everybody still hear me? Yes? Okay. I go pillion with him all the time. So I get on the back of his motorcycle and go with him all the time. But a couple of years ago, I went, you know what? I'd love to get my motorcycle license and get a little motorcycle. So I'm slowly progressing my way to getting a motorcycle, and my idea is that one day I'm just going to ride the motorcycle in and park it while he's out, and then when he turns up, and then say, "Want to go for a ride, honey?" and completely blow his mind, because it would be so far out of the realms of anything that I would ever do. But yeah, so that's why it's really tiny, so he doesn't take any notice of it on my vision board, but it's there. So now I'll hold up. I've still got a lot of spaces to fill in on my vision board, but I'll hold up. This is my personal one. So you can see my horses on there and my puppy dogs. I don't know if you can see Crystal, my greyhound, in the middle. That's a pretty bad photo. But greyhounds tend to lie upside down. So they're stretched out, and they love couches. So there she is, stretched out on the couch.
How cute.
So, yeah, she's pretty gorgeous. My other puppy dogs, and there's a property that we're looking, I'd love to purchase, and a little helicopter in the middle and some destinations and stuff there. So that property, actually, we were looking at that a couple of years ago, and it was only sold in 2014 last time, and for about $2 million. And it's just come back on the market again, and now they want an insane $4 million for it. And I said, no, they're dreaming. They paid $2 million 2 years ago. They're not going to get $4 million now. That's just nuts. But that would be an ideal property for us. So what else have we got here? Shamim was sharing. Drawn my house on the beach. I've done a picture of a holistic hospital. Wow, Shamim, that sounds awesome. Which I want to open for healing people from different types of healers, having therapists and practitioners from different fields of expertise. Wow, that sounds very cool. So what happens when you change that word want to will? So this is really important. You can say the statement, I want to, I wish to, I'd like to. But when you change the word to I will, what resistance comes up? Because that's going to help you to identify what's stopping you. Wanting and wishing and liking to are kind of, they're very vague. They're not committed. So as John Assaraf would say, are you interested or are you committed? And the difference is, if you're committed, you will do whatever it takes. WIT, whatever it takes. It's ethical and moral and in alignment with your values, but and is for the highest good of everybody always, but whatever it takes. So write that down if you need to, but when you say the statement, I will do this, what happens? Shamim, I will open this hospital. I am passionate about it for the highest and greatest good. Yes! On you, Shamim. Love it. Good girl. Okay, and there's another one down here. Now working on a vision to open the world of energy fields to ethnic minorities in my community, making awareness of what is available for people to tap into. Lots of meditation work. Oh, I love it. That is beautiful. Also done a green field with 5 horses, which is what me and the children are passionate about, and stables for the horses too. Oh, that is so cool. You have such a cool vision. Well done. That is awesome. If anybody else doesn't want to speak up but would like to share in the chat box, please do, and I will read it out because people who get this recording aren't going to be able to see the chat box. Anybody else want to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I have this vision. I'm a speaker. Even though it's not really grown yet, but my vision is filling up auditoriums, speaking. I'm also an author, and I have been compiling books. I started compiling in 2014. Mm-hmm. And I have been encouraging people to write stories to heal.
Stories to heal?
Yes. So when they write their own stories, they either forgive themselves, they forgive somebody, or they just write about their life experience. But it will be just a chapter. Like, for example, my very first book was the depth of her soul, beautiful stories of faith and encouragement.
Uh-huh.
In there, I was encouraging people to celebrate the woman in their lives. If it was a man, he will celebrate his mom, his grandma, or whoever has had influence on him. And if it was a woman, she would write either about herself or a sister or a teacher or anybody. And so from there, I realized that it helped quite a few people to, I could see that after they had written that chapter, you'd see even their presence on Facebook is more often, they're getting more confident and all that. And some have actually even gone to, you can see that they're excelling in their business, which is what wasn't happening before.
Yeah.
So I've decided that, you know what, I'll carry on coming up with titles and helping people. So that will tie in with the speaking. And I have a passion of running up this charity to look for library books for children in rural Zimbabwe.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I feel that part of my primary school, I went to the rural areas. And so we didn't have library books. But I probably was one of the fortunate ones who had relatives who lived in the city, but also I went to the city and then I went to university. But I found that when I got to university, I was intimidated by going in the library to look for what I wanted.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't exposed to, to library books.
Right.
So,
so you felt out of your comfort zone, or you just didn't know where to look, or?
I didn't know where to look. I didn't know and understand where. I would feel overwhelmed, not knowing where to go, where to look. Whereas if somebody is exposed to that, you know that if I go to this area, it's science, it's fiction. Or if I go to this area, I want reference for ABCD.
Yeah.
But also there was the aspect of exposure, where I say I was fortunate that I had relatives who lived in the city, and sometimes I would go to the city. But there are those children who do not have access to anything. They don't have radios, they don't have televisions, they don't have newspapers, which means that they are totally disconnected. When they grow up and then they end up going to learn in the city, they'll be so much behind from their counterparts.
Yeah.
Yes, wow. and so I am so passionate about starting that charity as well, which I will support as I do my speaking engagements.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very awesome.
Thank you.
So have you got an action plan in place to be able to bring that to life?
I'm working on it. I'm working on, at the moment, I am working on obviously enrolling more compilers now who are writing their own stories, and I've just started a publishing company.
Oh, awesome stuff.
Yeah, so I am advertising and expecting that actually it is starting to pick up.
Yep.
Starting to pick up. It is the running of seminars and stepping out, which I kind of feel stuck. I don't know why. I kind of feel like I don't know where to start.
Okay, so let's talk that through now.
Okay.
When you say you don't know where to start, so when you say that, okay, so tell me a little bit more about the running of seminars. When you say the running of seminars, what do you mean? So
I want to do some seminars as well, yep. or workshops. I've not done any before.
Okay.
And so I think there is that fear that what if I organize and nobody turns up, and what if?
Have you tapped on that?
I have tapped on the money block.
Okay, so you need to tap on that as well. All those what ifs.
Okay.
You need to tap on that and release all those what ifs, all those fears, all those doubts, because there are no guarantees.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe no one will turn up to the first one.
Right.
What do you do with that?
Nothing.
What's the next step?
Is to look at probably what I would have done, how I would have done my marketing, or how I did my marketing, and to see if there is something else that I could do to make sure that I reach more people.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just look at what you could have done better and you do it again.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you need to look at your emotional attachment to that. So the whole thing about the whole what if thing about what if nobody turns up. So what does that mean to you emotionally? What if nobody turns up? So, just imagine. So you don't want to create it, but by the same token, what is it that you are saying to yourself that if nobody turns up, it means this about me, or it means this about my ability to do this, or it means that I'm a loser, or I'm a failure, or I'm not cut out for this, or what is it saying to you that if nobody turns up, because that is the way that you can actually release your attachment to that potential outcome, because there's many potential outcomes.
Absolutely. I think I'll probably be thinking, they didn't turn up because they didn't realize that they didn't feel that it was worth getting anything out of.
Okay.
Whatever.
So that's what you tap on.
Right.
All right. So just imagine that you have let go of all of those judgments and all that projection, because that's just projection. Anything that we go, what if this happens, or what if that doesn't happen, or what if a catastrophe unfolds, or any what ifs are just projections. So they're just stories that we're telling about potential outcomes in the future that we don't want. Right. So just say you've gotten over all of those projections. What do you do right now? What could you do today? Right now, I know it's Friday night over there, or Friday afternoon, but what could you do today to move forward?
Today, I could look up some places and list down some phone numbers, and then probably call them on Monday, and then look at start looking at the topic I want to talk about, and do the preparations, putting everything in place that I know I need for that to happen. Okay.
So you have what is it over there? Friday. So yes. Saturday, Sunday. All right. So you've got till Monday morning to get that done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Now I'm accountable.
Yes, absolutely. And I want you to email me.
Okay.
At Marguerita@pitbullmindset.com, and I want you to tell me how that goes. So research 10 potential venues.
Okay.
How does that feel?
Scary.
Good. Out of your comfort zone. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well done. Good stuff. So you've got plenty of stuff to focus on and concentrate on. That is awesome.
Okay. 10 potential venues. Yeah. Okay.
In case you're listening to that heavy breathing, that is not me. That is my Labrador.
Oh, okay.
Just wanted to clarify that.
So on I went and picked up my vision board.
Yes.
I used to live in the UK, but I moved to Canada. So I had done my vision board there and I left it. So now I want to create another one, but it will still have the same. I got a solid one, and it will have, it is going to have an auditorium filled with people. And
Nice.
and where the person will be standing, I'll see if I can put my head there, picture of my head there. And I love an Escalade. I want a black one. I know it cost $85,000. And it's got brown seats. It's black outside and it's got brown seats, brand new.
Ooh.
And there is an area here where we were driving, myself and my mom and my uncle, and we were driving around seeing places in Canada, and we went to this area, I think it's called Discovery Ridge, and there was this house. I was thinking, because they know what I want, my taste, they know my taste.
Yeah.
I was thinking in my mind that, in this area, if I'm to buy any house, I would like that one.
Yeah.
And it was like my mom and my uncle at the same time said, "Oh, there is your house."
Oh, no way.
So I said to my uncle, "Summertime, we need to drive back. I need to take pictures of that house and put it on my vision board."
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think when as we grow up, the ability to imagine and visualize is either discouraged, or we kind of start thinking that it's a waste of time. But I remember when we were at school, our English teacher used to say to us, "Can you go outside, look at anything, imagine it, and come up with a story. Whatever item you focus on, whether it's a tree, whether it's grass or whatever."
Yeah.
And I remember that I could just look at either a tree, and from there my imagination, a tree, and there was wind blowing. From there my imagination would see, in the vision I would see a mother protecting her children from the wind would look like the monster. And I would come up with this amazing story. And I just think that I did not practice enough, so I need to go back to where and just pull from that, because it was there. And what the teacher used to do was, we would write all these imaginary stories, but we wouldn't put our name on it. And then after 20 minutes, he would call us back in class and said, "Can we all give him all the stories?" Then he would read them one by one and would ask which one was the best. And mine was the best all the time. It did just this amazing story, which people would say, "So where did you see this monster? Where did you see this? Where did you see that?" So, yeah.
So you have an incredible creative imagination.
Absolutely.
You're just not using it to your advantage as much as you could be.
No. So I need to keep reminding myself of, how I used to do then. Just look at something and see a different picture and create a story from it. So I need to create a story for what I want, for my my vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring it to life.
Very cool. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, well, you've got some action steps to take now.
Right.
Very cool. And as I keep saying, dare to dream big. Where do you want this to go ultimately? So how big do you want it to be?
Oh, I want that to be the name. When there's a mention of my name, they'll know who I am.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Well, that journey.
The go-to person, yes. So from doing anthologies, I am now working on a book which I decided to. There is a publishing company which helps people to write a small book with the aim of using that as a marketing tool for speaking. And that program is not cheap. You don't fund it yourself. You go out there, you look for businesses and ask them if they want to advertise their work in your book. And that's how you fund it.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and so I think after I had paid the initial deposit, and then I just started panicking, and I'm thinking, who am I going to talk to? Where am I going to get the money and all that? But I am excited because I have someone who has decided which package they want, and they're coming on board, and they'll be paying $7,500. And I'm like, yay, that's the first one. The first one I got is paying the highest premium. And so I'm excited.
Well done. That is very cool. Congratulations.
But initially I would just freeze and think, what am I going to say? You know, what if they say no? But that's so I'm going to use that book. Probably it will be out in maybe 4 or 5 months, and the whole package will position you and help you with the marketing. Will help you with all the tools that you need to bring your name out there, and with some coaching as well. So that is the step I decided to take. I think I really decided to throw myself out of my comfort zone. The shivers come and go.
That's exactly where you need to be. The magic happens outside of the comfort zone. So well done.
The shivers come and go, yeah. So this will then take me, to other places, UK, and then I'm planning to do conferences in South Africa in 2018. And so somebody said they're going to help me translate my books into different languages.
Wow, that's huge.
Yes, so I have got all that on my list, and so I've been following you and tapping, and it's been exciting.
That's good. That is so good. Well done. Wow, I love it. I love it. And the fact that you said, you want to be the go-to person, and now state, I will be a household name.
I will be the go-to person. I will be the go-to person. Somebody sent me a text on Facebook and said, wow, you are going to be the Oprah Winfrey. I said, oh, yes, of my generation.
Okay, so can you own that? Do you believe that in your heart and soul?
I believe that.
You do?
Yes.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. Very cool. Wow, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
That is good. So, so all that, how that looks and what that does for you, so what being in that space will do for you, you need to create visual representations of that and put that on your vision board, and then focus on it. Mm-hmm. So cool. Awesome. Great vision. That's excellent.
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to share while we are still together? I'm going to wrap it up in about 20 minutes. So if you want to share, now's the time. If you want to ask questions, now's the time. No? Okay. Well, I just had to print out some more stuff from my computer because I had stuck some things on the wrong vision board. I've got two going and I was nattering away too much and got confused. So I just had to print out a couple more pictures to stick on my personal vision board. It's been great.
Marguerite.
Yes.
Hi, it's Marina here from the sunny coast.
Hello, Marina. How are you?
Good. I've just slid in at the end because I had family stuff on this morning.
Right.
Do you ever do a vision board just for your business, or is it always around your life and your business is interacted into that? I'm sure you've probably covered this, but
that's a very good question, Marina, and it's funny you should ask that because I'm actually doing 2 vision boards today. So this is my one, because I just knew that I had not enough room to stick everything on it. So you can see I'm trying to pull that off there because that doesn't belong there. But so that one's my vision board. So that's bright. It's a bright orange colour because that's the colour of my my logo, the major colour of my logo. And I have my green one for my personal life. But having said that, most people create just one vision board and they have everything just on one vision board. You might have just 5 pictures that represent the life that you want, the business that you want to create, and you just put 5 pictures on there, and that's just as powerful. It's just that I tend to do everything 10 times larger than I absolutely have to. So that's why I've done it this way, and I'll have both of these up on my wall, and I will focus on both of them.
Excellent.
So, yes. And I've got, it's kind of lifestyle and family and my animals and all that kind of stuff on this vision board, on my green one. And on the orange one, I've got all my mentors. I've actually got pictures of the inside of the Opera House because I would love to do an event inside the Opera House, which is huge. And I have no idea how that's going to happen, but I'm just going to let Spirit take care of that.
You will. Yep.
And different sacred places that I want to take my retreats and stuff to. So they're all on that particular vision board. And I'll just hold it up. I'm going to rip this off now. There we go. But I'll just hold that up. And I'm going to write on it, but I don't know if you can see. Hold on a sec. I'll walk back around the table. I might be lazy. I put on there, it's back to front. It says, universe, thank you for taking care of this for me. I trust the universe. I surrender to the wisdom of the universe. What else have we got there? Unleash greatness. So I've printed out some statements. Divine Mother, thank you for helping me make this happen. So I printed out some statements there, and I'm going to write stuff on there as well. I'm going to do that after we finish up today. But that's I've pretty much done both my vision boards. Look at that. I've got to show you that gorgeous photo of me and my husband, married 21 years ago. Yes, I was a child bride. I know. We had to forge the paperwork, all of that. Oh, it was terrible. Lie. So good question. Anybody else have any questions, concerns, doubts, fears? Want to share your vision? I'd love to hear more people's visions of what they want to create for themselves.
May I ask a question?
Go for your life.
When you have your vision board up and you're looking at it, how do you get to a place where you accept it and not creating any resistance towards what you're trying to bring towards you?
Consistency. So consistently focusing on it, practicing gratitude. So when you focus on it, intend to suspend all disbelief. Intend to let go of all the stories, the belief systems, the doubts, the fears, and then just focus on it. And you can even say to yourself, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering to the infinite wisdom of the universe, to the inspiration that comes to me. And I choose to trust and know that anything is possible. I choose to trust and know that anything is possible. And then when you look at it and you focus on it, you just get into that space of gratitude and joy, and allow your vision to light you up, even though you don't know how it's going to unfold, even though you may have doubts. Everybody has doubts. Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey, everybody has doubts. Do you know that Richard Branson, even recently, somebody who I think was not a speaker, but was emceeing an event where Richard Branson was speaking, Richard Branson said to him, I really don't know what I have to offer this audience. It's like, you're Richard Branson, for God's sake. So even Richard Branson still has doubts about certain things. So it's consistently focusing on it, and it's surrendering to it and allowing the universe to take care of the details, because you don't actually have to take care of the details. The more I try to make things happen, I still have to work and I still have to get things done. I've got a sign on my wall that says get shit done, because I can spend an awful lot of time not getting shit done. So I'm a terrible procrastinator. I need things on my wall to prompt me to do stuff. But it's taking that inspired action and trusting that the universe is going to support you and show you what's the next step. All you need to know is what's the next step to achieve this. I don't have to get it all done at once. What's the next step to move forward to getting this done? And then, of course, you tap on the resistance, or you do processes to get out of your own way and to allow the magic to unfold. Does that help?
Actually, I think the very last sentence, excuse me, what's the next step? As soon as you said that, I thought, that's it?
Yeah.
I go into overwhelm mode when I look at everything and I go, oh, crap. Where's my shell? I'm going back into it. And, okay, what's the next step? I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So you don't have to get it all done now. It's just like, if you have a 3-year vision, if some people have a 10 or a 20-year vision, and you know, to grow into that person who's going to achieve a 10 or 20-year vision, you have no idea who you're going to be when you get to that point. You have no idea how all the steps along the way, or how it's going to unfold, or what you need to do. But all you need to know, the only thing you need to know, is the next step. And you just take the next step in faith. I choose to take the next step in faith. And then you take the next step and the next step. And sometimes those steps, remember, sometimes those steps are not going to feel like forward steps. Sometimes they're going to feel like backward steps, because it doesn't turn out the way you thought it would or the way you wanted it to. But that's perfect too, because you're still taking positive action toward achieving your vision. And if something doesn't go the way you want it to, then it's simply part of the learning. It's part of developing yourself. It's part of, and maybe you take a little detour where you learn something that you wouldn't have learned otherwise before you get back on track to achieving the vision that you want. But the main thing is to focus relentlessly on where you want to be, and take action relentlessly. It doesn't have to be hard work, but it must be consistent. It must be frequent, like daily, and you must be relentless in moving forward. It's a bit like if you want to lose 10 kilos and you exercise once every 2 weeks and you eat cake the rest of the time, are you going to lose that 10 kilos? No. So, yeah, it's got to be systematic and just doing the work, consistently doing the work to shift your mindset, get out of your own way. Helpful?
Extremely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good. You're welcome. Anybody else? No? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to lead you to your vision boards, and I'm going to get my glitter glue pens and my gold pen and my colouring pens, and I'm going to start writing all over this words like allow, trust, spirit, greatness, love, liberty, forgiveness. What else? Collaboration. It's important to collaborate. What else am I going to write on there? Consciousness, of course. A big part of my focus is consciousness, community, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff I'm going to write on my vision board, boards, and then I'm going to put them up above my computer where I can see them every day, where they're there in front of me all the time. And I just encourage you to do the same. If you haven't created your vision board today, then I encourage you to do the same and let me know how you go. Shami and I have big dreams and always wonder and carry on dreaming about big projects to help people around the world. And that's cool. Done my vision board in my notebook, which has positive quotes on separate pages. Is this okay? If it's in a notebook, translate it into something where you can put it on a wall, where it's actually out there, where you see it and you're exposed to it a lot of the time. The more you see it, see, the thing is, it's all about triggering the subconscious mind. So 5% of what you do consciously is going to get you results. 95% of your results, of your success, of your wealth will be attributed to your subconscious mind, your habitual programming, because that is what runs your life. So these vision boards are an incredibly powerful way to reprogram your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind works in visual representation. It works in pictures and images. It doesn't matter if your subconscious mind, this is the really, really cool part, your subconscious mind has no judgments, or it doesn't look at a picture and go, oh, I can't do that. The subconscious mind sees a picture and goes, oh, you want to create that? Okay. And it goes about, while you're doing everything else that you do, it goes about creating situations, events, circumstances, bringing people to you, bringing workshops to you, bringing mentors and coaches to you that can help you to achieve that particular vision. So it's all the other programming and the fears and the doubts that is the work that you need to do that says, I'm not good enough, it's not safe, I don't deserve it, all that stuff that you need to work on consciously, while the subconscious mind is working on this stuff in the background. And the more the subconscious mind sees it and even picks it up in the peripheral vision, so I have quite a high ceiling here, and I can put both these vision boards one underneath the other, right above where my computer is. And even when I'm focusing on my daily tasks on my computer, my subconscious mind is still picking up on these pictures in my peripheral vision, and it's constantly feeding my subconscious mind and reminding my subconscious mind, this is what I want. But even if it's not behind your computer, depending on where you are, just have it somewhere where you can focus on it daily and see it daily. So it's just reminding the subconscious, this is what I want, and always focus on it with intent for at least 5 minutes a day, and bringing up those feelings of gratitude and all the rest of it. Does that answer your question? Very long-winded. Like I said, I can talk underwater, but...
Margarita, I actually made a vision book at one stage because I didn't spend much time in my office. My office was in a picnic basket. So, as long as Shaman is interacting with her notebook, then, that's when... Because, everything happened that was in the book. And it was, it's fun. It was... I'd use it when I was picking up kids, and just those little 20-minute gaps where, between appointments and different things. So, the important part is to interact. So,
Well, that's a very good point, Marina, because, yes, if it's in your notebook, the thing is most people put stuff in a notebook. I know I've got like a dozen notebooks with notes and crap written all through them. And I have these awesome ideas, and I just pick up the nearest notebook and I write them down. But, I may never pick up that notebook again. So, but if you do have it and you're focusing on it, then, it's perfect. So good point, Marina. Very good point. So, all right, anybody else? No? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you with that for today. Thank you all for joining me, even though you weren't all doing your vision boards. It was lovely to have you. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Charmin. Gosh, you're keen. 1 a.m. You're obviously in the UK. Wow. You're keen. That's good to see. You're committed. I have been known to, on a regular basis actually, to get up at 2 or 3 a.m. to join webinars and conferences and stuff that are live streaming from the US, particularly when I'm in programs. I don't wait to watch the replay because I know I may never get to watch the replay. So I will get up at 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock to actually get on live, to be live. And it's kind of what you got to do. It doesn't have to be hard, but you do have to be committed enough to do whatever it takes. So I'm going to leave you now to finish off your vision boards, and I'm going to finish off mine. But I also want to remind you that the next Money Tapathon is on next Saturday. So that's going to be another 4 hours of tapping from 8 a.m. Brisbane time until midday. And I'll be working with people directly on the call. So if you want to register for that, go to pitbullmindset.com/money-tapathon, TAPATHON. pitbullmindset.com/money-tapathon. So register for that if you're keen to really shift some stuff. Other people who were on the last one just had the most incredible, it certainly blew my mind what people were shifting on that call. If you'd like to work with me personally, you can still get a $47 session with me, and I will send that link out to you with the replay of this. And that's a 30-minute session that I will work specifically with you to clear blocks for you. That's $47 US. And I have my group coaching program. If you want to join that, that's starting in a couple of weeks. We have some incredible, awesome people who have already started that. And somebody had some amazing breakthroughs as soon as they actually committed to themselves and stepped up. They had the most awesome, incredible breakthrough that same day. That was just phenomenal. That's what happens when you step up and you back yourself and you say, I'm worth it, and you choose to invest in yourself. And it says that you're committed. It's telling the universe that I'm committed to this. The last thing is the retreat that I have coming up. So I have a 3-day retreat coming up, 21st of April to the 23rd of April, right here in Coogee, Mudlow Island on the outside of Brisbane. It's only $997, and that's live-in. So from Friday night through to Sunday, you are living in. And yes, so that will be really intense. If you're really ready to step up and break through, then that will be super, super intense. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited about that. Okay, so that's everything that I've got going on at the moment. Well, it's not everything I've got going on, but it's everything I can share with you right now. So well done, everybody. Awesome to see you here. Thank you for joining me and sharing the fun. And does anybody want to share their vision board? Has anybody else actually done a vision board, or has it just been me? Yes? Would you like to share yours, Suzanne?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, hold it up for us.
I don't think it's done, but we'll see where it goes. There's a lot of hard stuff, hard opening that I want to work on. I found this picture here. It's the bark of a tree. And you know, sometimes when you're so challenged with something, you feel you'll never get there, but there's a little plant growing inside of it. Wow. So that was really positive for me. And then relationships, together we heal. And then also including God in that, because sometimes you need the third one to be in there to help bring healing. Keeping my focus on my true north, what I want in life. There's a family book on my dad's side that I've wanted to do that I've put aside years ago. So I actually went and put the name of the book and my name there so I can continue. And then of course I want to attract money, new laptop, iPhone. I want to travel. And like I said, my autistic son, who's an adult, you know, trying to wait for the government to come up with residential program. It's like, it's not going to happen. And I know I've got a bit of a vision. So I've included photos of that. A new vehicle, and then just fitness stuff, health stuff, which is really important for me, and money. I've printed off different Canadian money. and of course Mother Mary, and you know, tuning into higher frequencies for myself. So that's what I've done today. Thank you.
Awesome. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it.
exciting.
I love it. Well done,
Thank you.
Suzanne. Okay.
Thank you.
So I hope you're all inspired to go and do your own vision board in whatever form that takes for you. I hope you're going to join us for the Money Tapathon next week. And yeah, until then, I will send out some other stuff if you want to work with me. And have a great day, everybody. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome day, exceptional day or night, wherever you are. And if you want to send me feedback and let me know how you're going, Monica, you have some definite homework and you have to get back to me. And yeah, it's been incredible. Been an incredible 2 hours. So thank you, everybody. And thank you for everybody who shared as well. I'm just going to come back around to be able to turn this off. So thank you to everybody who shared and love in the community. All right, guys, have a great day. See ya. Bye.